welcome everyone. It's a chilled Sunday evening. I hope you all are staying at home, staying safe. Wish good afternoon to all our usuals. First, Beng Kian, very good afternoon to you. GS, thanks for joining us early as well. Very good afternoon to you. Chin, Patrick, Aldrin, thanks so much for coming in early. Viking as well. For those of you who know your colleagues will be joining in as well, maybe you don't see them here yet, do drop them a quick reminder. I myself just dropped a quick reminder on WhatsApp. So whether you're joining us on YouTube or Facebook Live, let's share the good energy, all right? Let's share the good weekend energy. It's a relaxing day. We're all here on this Solidarity platform to learn, yeah? This platform is for everyone, all members of the public as well, to upskill and grow your real estate business, as you can see in our tagline there. I do just want to remind those participants, try to remember to register yourself as well as you come into the training. Why? Because as I have been reminding all the speakers, notes, especially the lawyers, the bankers that come in, they will normally pass it to the people that register lah, because we do not want to simply blast these details to you as well. All right, so for some of our social media reminders, of course, those of you are very familiar here already. This training is brought to you together by our three agencies, namely CBD Properties, Esprit Estate, and also Profia Property. All right. So just in case you have been missing out on any of the trainings and you find it useful, do check out our Solidarity Beyond 2021 channel. All our trainings are uploaded on YouTube, okay? And whilst you're there, please do subscribe to keep up to date with it. All right, as for those of you who have posted on the comments place for your listings and selling your sub-sales or your project sales, do join in our Solidarity Network group on WhatsApp, Facebook, or we are on Instagram as well. All right, there you can meet your fellow colleagues, you can post your listings, and you can get more engaged with what's happening on Solidarity. So guys, whilst you're on that page, again, as I remind most of you, please do support, like, and subscribe, because all this is possible because of our joint efforts in Solidarity lah. It's not just the company, the leaders have been helping out so much, and all the negotiators have been helping out so much as well. We move and we work as a community. Okay, some house rules first before we start our session. All right, try to keep the chat room clean. What I mean by clean is keep it proactive, keep it coming, keep the questions coming. Try to use respectful language. Respectful language is very important. Constructive statement and constructive questions towards the topic, yeah? Let's try to stick to the topic of the day, respect the speaker, respect the event, but let's keep it constructive, interesting, and also engaging. Not only the speaker is speaking, let's come up with questions on the comment side as well. Afternoon, Derek, Paul, and Chua. Chua is all the way from Moa. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, is there any new members or not on our platform? Whether you're on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, is there any new members? Please do say a big shout out, a hi. Please do say a hi to all of our group. We are very welcoming. We do want to give you a good warm welcome. All right, moving towards the topic of the day. All right, so today, again, as most of my training sessions that I've given to you has been about our mental state, and I believe Carolyn as well have come on with Jamie to give a slight understanding on how we can readjust our mental state as well. So I think it's very useful that we listen from speakers, different speakers, on how they set their mind up for success, all right? So today's topic will be the state management for success and how to manage your emotional state during negotiation. As we all know, bringing emotions into work is a dangerous thing. So we have a very good leader, a person that is ready to train us. We are very thankful to have her on board as well. Rina has her own business unit at CBD Properties. Rina, can I please bring you up and test up your mic, please? We're all very excited to hear from you. Hi, Rina.
Yeah, hi. Okay, is my mic okay?
Yes, you're very loud and clear, sounding good, looking
good.
good.
Wow,
All right,
very good.
you got a big crowd here, Rina, from YouTube Live and Facebook Live. So please take it away. We are very excited to hear from you. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So before I move on, let me share the screen. Share screen. All right. Okay, so hello everyone. I hope that everyone is doing great. So today I'll be talking about state management for success. How to manage your emotional state for successful negotiation. So I know that there's a lot of things that been going on around us. Unfortunately, a lot of it are negative, but it's okay. Life must go on. Don't you all agree with that? That life must go on, and we must keep moving forward regardless of what happening around us. So that I hope that hold on. I hope that everyone is doing great. So how are you? So how is all of you doing today on a Sunday afternoon? So I also have a little bit of house rule on top of whatever Kai already shared just now. So before I start, I have the additional house rule that I would like to add. I only have one rule. So do participate actively for the session. So please share your learning point, your experience, your thought, your action plan, or any question that you have in the chat box. The thing is, when we talk about mindset and we talk about things like this, right? We can always learn from each other. So that's why that I really encourage all of you to just share your thought, your experience, so that you're not only learning from me, but you can always learn from each other in this platform. So make it interactive. Make it interactive. So by the end of the session, I hope that you'll be able to learn how to manage your state better and achieve more success in life. This is the lesson objective for today. So moving on is what is the lesson outline. This is basically what I'm going to talk about so that you have a better or clear idea of what is the flow of the topic. So I will talk about what exactly it meant by state management and why do you need to learn this state management and how to change your state. And of course, some bonus tip at the end if we have time. So hopefully that we have ample time. So we can go on. Next, okay, what exactly is state management on? Okay, state here, I would like to emphasize, do not refer to Kedah, Selangor, Pahang like that, okay? It's not that kind of state. So state here are referring to your emotional state. Okay, so what is it? Do share with me when we talk about emotional state, what are the feeling? What are the type of feeling that you have been feeling every day? Apart from, okay, the obvious one, of course, like feeling happy, feeling sad, feeling angry. So what else? Do share in the comment section. What else are the type of feelings that you have been feeling for the past 3 months at least? Frustration, happiness, joy. So this is what we refer to as state. Emotional state. It's the emotional state. The emotional state that you are in. But then why do we really need to learn this, how to handle or how to manage our emotional state? So state management is a process that help you to manage all this emotion that you have been feeling, because we are a human being. Having feelings is part of being human. Feeling sleepy every day. Yeah. That's tend to happen during the PKP. Okay, so Next one. Why state management is important? Okay. Why do you need to learn it? And okay, to understand this, let's take a look at a few examples. I'm sure as Ren, as a real estate agent, we have been through many examples. As I share my example that I would like to share later, you also can actually share also your example in the comment section. What happened to you during all this negotiation and closing? So the first story. Okay, this story is a domestic one. Married couple should be able to relate. It's a quite common occurrence. You on your way to your viewing appointment, on the way, your phone rang and you put your hand free and answer. Is your spouse calling? Scolded you. Hey, why now on the way out you didn't pick up the rubbish and throw? I told you already 57 times this morning to throw out, but never throw out. So, when kena tiao like that, then your blood already go upstairs. Suddenly, you very angry. Then you reacted. You tell your spouse, simple job like that, you cannot do yourself, meh? Ask me to do. And then you start fighting. Once arrived destination, you simply end the call. Now, hastily park your car, right? And you hit the curb, bang. Yeah, that's it lah. Now, skirting scratch already. Some more, money have to come out. Then you saw your client already waited for you in front of the gate. Then you quickly rush to meet them. So the question right now is, how well do you think you will perform in this appointment? Now, angry with spouse, scratch car some more, and then late for appointment, and then how well do you think that you will perform in this appointment? So do share. How do you think this appointment, what are the result or the outcome of this appointment? So now next story. Okay, next story usually happens to newbie. You have been working hard to close a client for over 3 months. Then this morning, the client WhatsApp you, I tak jadi buy here in the area. I buy with another agent. Wow. You remember, you try to feel how is that like if you get that kind of WhatsApp in the morning. And then you follow up another 3 clients and all say, I'm not ready to make a decision yet. And then you got no mood to continue. But your team leader say, KPI, every day 10 follow-up must do. Then at this situation, do you think you will be able to perform at this emotional state or not? Will you have the willpower to continue to meet the KPI? So this is the question. And then there's another example. This one, love story. You caught your boyfriend cheating and then you had a fight and then break up. After that, you cry all week. But then tomorrow, you were assigned to do Zoom presentation for a new project that you are currently marketing. Your project leader say, okay, Shirley, now tomorrow you do Zoom presentation because all other team member already do, you did not do yet, so you do. So you want to say no, you project leader, but you run out of excuses already. But then you got no mood to do the preparation for the Zoom meeting because heartbreak, So in this situation, can you still give your best effort for tomorrow presentation? So now you can understand that your emotional state have the ability to affect either your performance or your quality of your work or even your productivity. That's why it's important to learn how to manage our emotional state so that we are able to perform our level best at all time. This is the key of today's topic. How to manage our emotional state so that we are able to perform our work and duty at our best resourceful state. Okay. So there is a saying, there's no unresourceful people, only unresourceful state. Those that are unable to perform certain tasks is not that they can't do it, but because they were not in the state that is useful for them. Let's say, sing in public. As long as you have a voice, right? As long as you have a voice, you will definitely can sing. Whether it is nice or not, that's a different story altogether. But you can sing. But if you are feeling afraid and shy, you definitely can't sing one because you're feeling afraid and shy. But if you have confidence, you are brave and you are playful, you would just go for it. You would just sing. No matter how terrible you sound, does not matter because you're playing playful. You okay, you just have fun. You just sing. So there is no unresourceful people, only unresourceful state. So the purpose to learn state management is to be able to perform our work, our duty, our task at our best resourceful state. Okay. So now, are you ready to learn state management? Big topics. Okay. Now let's identify what are the resourceful state needed for successful negotiation and closing. For this purpose, I would like you to be in a relaxed position. Try to be comfortable, take a deep breath in, and breathe out. Take a deep breath in, and breathe out. So you repeat this a few times so that you are be able to relax. Now, I want you to go to a time where you successfully close a case. Successfully close a case? Okay. If you are new and you don't have one, you not yet close any case, you make one because you can create anything in your mind using your imagination. So you just imagine that you are closing your first case. So I want you to notice your surrounding, what you hear, what you smell, and most importantly is how you feel. Use all your sensory to be present in that moment where you successfully negotiate something or successfully close a case. So just notice how confident you are during the presentation or during the closing or during the negotiation. Just notice how confident you are, and then how comfortable your client is, and how your client make you feel appreciated, or how you feel the sense of accomplishment when the client tells you how lucky they are having to meet a wonderful salesperson like you. Honest, helpful, professional, and efficient at your work. Notice how you feeling when you receive all that compliment from your client. Notice the feeling. Notice how good you feel, how happy you are. So this is a very, very important because this is the feeling of winning. The feeling of winning. And for all the closing that you have done, do notice what are the feelings that you keep having, the same feeling you keep having when you all have this winning. So when winning, definitely you will have a set of feelings that you are in for you to be able to have those wins. So do share in the comment section all this feeling, all this sensation that you're having when you close the sales. Okay, I just want to emphasize here that every individual can have a different sets of emotion. It doesn't have to be the same for everyone. That's why in this slide, right, I did not list it here because each individual are unique. So you use whatever works for you. And then whatever feelings that you choose or work for you, be confident in your choice. For me, I always choose calm, relaxed, confident when negotiating. But then I will add high energy and cheerful for sales presentation. So that is for me. But for you just choose whatever that that works for you. That's why it called resourceful state, meaning is the emotional state are resourceful for you. Then how to change your emotional state? One of the fastest way to change your physical state, right? The fastest way to change your emotional state is by changing your physical state. Now, force a smile now. Let's say if you're not smiling now, like if you're smiling now, then that you won't you do the opposite. Try to frown. Okay. If you are not smiling, then force a smile. Then try to notice a slight change in your emotion. This can be a little bit more apparent if you were in sad or angry emotional state. Let's say, for example, that you are angry and then try force a smile. By forcing a smile, you can actually notice that your anger will subdue a little bit and then you will start feeling a little bit of happiness. This is what I call by change your physical state, physiology actually. Now, if you can see that one, if you can see this little girl here with the power stand, like a superhero do like this one, right? Okay. If you notice, all superhero figure, they stand like that, very strong, firm on the ground with the chest back and then spine straight. This is what I call as powerful stand. So when you do this position, okay, whoever at home, you can try to do this. How do you feel when you make this stand or this stance or this gesture? How do you feel? It will immediately make you feel like powerful, like confident. Okay, why don't you try at home this one and then share in the comment section, once you make this position, how do you feel? Just try. Even if you don't want to stand, you on a sitting position, just sit straight and then do your hand like this, I'm winning. So that alone actually lifted your energy a little bit. Okay. Now let's try this stand with a cape and red underwear. Okay. This one don't show, If you want to do it, please do it at the privacy of your own home. Okay? This technique, these power stands, right? This technique is particularly useful if you want to change your emotional state quickly. Because if you do your power stand, if you notice, right, very immediately, you can feel the rush of the emotion changing already. Let's say, for example, if you are not energetic, when we're not energetic or we feel sad, actually, if you can notice, right, as we slumping down, we want to curl ourselves down like this, right? But then when we actually try to open up and sit straight and everything and do the power stand, we can feel actually the rush of the emotion, feeling strong and feeling powerful. So this is the fastest way of changing the emotional state. So I use this when I want to change my emotional state very quickly. Okay, sometimes I only have like 10 minutes to prepare for a sales presentation. 10 minutes only. Okay. So, and I'm not at my best emotional state. I'm only human being. Sometimes, things happen that you are not cheerful enough, or you're not confident enough. You feel down. That is very normal because you are a human being. So what I'll do is, I ran to the nearest toilet and to do this power stance. Okay, actually you don't need to run to nearest toilet. I go there because I don't want to be caught doing weird stuff in public places. That's why I go to the toilet. Okay, so you do this if you don't have time. You don't have time, but you need to change your emotional state. So you just go somewhere, somewhere private. Then you do this power stand, and then you. Then once the emotional state improved, then only I come down and then enter the presentation, enter the sales presentation. Okay, so that is the change the physical state. The second one will be the anchoring technique. So anchoring technique, this one I need a little bit more explanation on the anchoring technique, and this one we will discuss further in the next slide. Okay. What is anchoring? Anchoring is an association of an event or feelings with any external stimuli that can be identified by the five senses. Okay, five senses, what is it? We see, hear, taste, touch, that senses. Okay, actually we do it all the time, but we did not realize it. Right? Anchoring, we do it all the time. I mean, external stimuli that give you, that recall certain event or recall certain things in your head. Okay. Have you ever encountered the following situation? Okay. Example. Every time you pass Museum Negara, then you remember your school trip, the most fun trip of your life. Example. Maybe it's not Zoo Negara, maybe you guys go to Tugu Negara or KLCC building, example like that. You see certain landmark, then that landmark actually remind you of certain things, certain trips or certain event, whether it's a pleasant one or unpleasant one. Then how certain smells remind you of someone. You go to the shopping complex and suddenly there's a very strong perfume smells, and then that perfume smell remind you of maybe your ex-girlfriend, like that. Certain smells or certain food reminds you of home, certain or perhaps certain songs. Chua say, past Parliament House reminded me of the zoo. Yeah. Okay. So certain songs make you reminisce about certain events. For example, maybe your wedding, because that song was played during your wedding. So every time you hear the same song, it will remind you of the wedding. And this is how anchoring works. You already have it, you already use it, but this one subconsciously using it in your daily life. But right now, we are going to use it to manage our emotional state, the anchoring technique. Okay. So there is a few types of anchor. You can anchor something to what you can see, or what you can taste, what you can smell, or what you can touch, and what you can hear. Okay, for practicality purposes, usually people will only use what they can touch and what they can hear, because see, stay, smell. Later on after this, I will explain again why it's not really practical to anchor something to smell or to taste or to see. Okay, touch here, meaning you use your hand, touch. Okay, you can touch your own body like that. Or here is usually songs. I use songs a lot rather than touch because I find that if I anchor something using sounds and using songs, it will make the process a lot efficient for me, effective for me. So, but you can explore all these type of anchor, see what's best actually works for you. Okay. So, how to anchor your resourceful emotional state? Here, I will emphasize when we want to do anchoring and breathing, it's all about the resourceful emotional state because that is the state that we would like to be in, you know, unless you are an actress or an actor. Maybe you want to anchor to like sadness because you want to be in the position whereby you want to be in the character where you were able to cry. That one is a different story. But then again, if in that particular scenario, the sadness is actually a resourceful state for that person. You see? Okay, so the first thing is, remember just now the previous exercise where I asked the question, remember the feeling when you close a case? When you successfully collect the checks or successfully close the case, okay, how do you feel? So remember, just now in the previous exercise, recall back the emotional state that you think it is useful for you during closing and negotiation. And you list it down. And you remember the feeling. All right? It can be only one feeling that, for example, that, okay, I just need to feel confident. Doesn't matter. Sometimes you need to have like a set of feelings, like I want to feel calm, relaxed, and confident. Also can, whatever works. Okay? There's no right or wrong here. So then you choose your anchor. You can experiment if you want to, what best for you. Okay. I've tried few. Actually, I've tried anchoring it with touch, and then I also use songs. And then the touch is the bodily gesture. What I do before is I actually use pressure point. So I put a pressure on my palm here like this, right? And anchor it to the resourceful feeling that I wanted it to be. So whenever that I need that feeling, right, I just put a pressure here exactly and at this point to trigger the feeling back. So that is one of the way that you can anchor. You can anchor your emotional state. But right now, I prefer to use songs, especially upbeat one, because you can easily go into the emotional state using the sound. So, okay, but try not to use something that can be easily misplaced, like your favorite pen. Like for example, that if you want to close a case and you want to feel confident and you want to feel powerful and in control, then all you need to do is just to look at the pen and then you feel that way. You can do that, but however, what if your pen is missing? Then you'll be having trouble. And then that's why using a body gesture is better. Okay, I'm sure you never forget to bring your arm when you go out from the house. I'm sure that will never happen. Okay, or you misplace your arm. That one will never happen. So choose a body gesture that is not common. Like for example, clap your hand or say okay like that, you know, because you don't want to excite yourself in the middle of the night. Suddenly your children say, daddy, can you read me a book? And then you say okay, then you get suddenly very excited. Okay, So you don't use body gesture. That is common as well. Yes, you can dance as well. Dance do make you feel good. Right. And then, okay, this is the important part. So you already choose the feeling and you already choose the anchor. Now, while you are doing your anchor, let's say for example, if you use the pressure point, like I said, like in my example just now, right? So while doing this, your pressure point like this, right? Or while listening to the song, you recall the feeling that you would like to have, while and anchor it to the anchor of your choice. So you do that. So basically, when you recall the feeling, you really have to relive the moment, meaning that you really have to feel it as if that it is happening now to you, and really notice everything that happens during the experience. Use all your senses if possible. I mean, make it bigger, make it colorful, notice how it sound, notice the background noise, notice the temperature of the area. If you are in a room, maybe got air condition, then notice how cold or how not working is the air condition is. Notice the noise around you, notice the pen that you're holding, notice the faces of your client smiling, all that, notice it, and then really relive the feeling, and then try to think about the feeling, all this confident and powerful while listening to the song, or while holding the position. So do this few times. And how and when to use the anchor. So how to use it is very simple. I call it fire the anchor, meaning that every time you have to change your state, then I will tell myself, okay, this is a time where I fire the anchor. Meaning just put this, meaning that all you need to do is just that put in the song and do the gesture, whatever, whichever anchor that you use, to recall back the desired emotional state. Okay, it will take some people will take a longer time to change the emotion. Some are fast, depends on how many times that you okay, I'm sorry, I have to really, this is now I did not. So all sorts of sounds coming in. Okay, to recall back the desired emotional state. Okay, once you're at that state, you notice that, from feeling down and feeling sad and feeling angry, now you are feeling confident, you are feeling confident, you are feeling feeling calm and relaxed. Once you are at that state, take a moment to calm down, take a deep breath and calm down, and you proceed with the task in hand. So when to use it is like whenever you need it, just use it. This every time you have the closing, or you think that you need to be in a particular state, you use it. Okay. Once in a while, repeat the process that I mentioned earlier, where you really sit down and imagine the winning feelings, while listening to the music or while doing the hand gesture. Every now and then, you repeat the process to reinforce the anchor. Okay, and then since I use song, I have my own playlist actually in my phone all the time to put me in any state I desire. So let's say, for example, okay, this particular event, I need to be in this state. So, okay, I take a moment to change my emotional state using this song. Okay, so I'll do that all the time. This is whatever that I'm sharing today. It is not something that I share out of knowledge only, but this is something that I actually practice daily, day in, day out, for many, many years as a real estate negotiator. Okay, So now, yes, seems like we still have time. It's only 42 minutes. So do you want to have few more tips or not? Want or not? Why so quiet? Do you want to have few more tips? Okay, more tips. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. First, use music that inspire you. Use the music that inspire you. Okay. I have a set of music that whenever that I need myself to be calm, okay, I have this song. Whenever that I want myself to be motivated, I use this song. So use music that you really love. Does not matter whether it's not a number one chart or music whatsoever. Does not matter as long as that music are able to inspire you and able to spark some emotion in you. Okay. And then this thing also is very, very important. I always emphasize to all my team members also, it's like always spare around 20 to 30 minutes before any closing or negotiation to get into resourceful state. That's why I always tell people, right, if your appointment at 2 o'clock, if you arrive at 1:50, you're late. You are late. You always give buffer for you to be ready for any closing, any negotiation or any meetings. Give yourself a room where you can be emotionally ready for it. So the best is 30 minutes before, meaning if your appointment is at 2 o'clock, you arrive at 2:30. You see, successful negotiation and successful closing for me is not the closing itself. It's not that moment. A lot of hard work, like 75% of the hard work of closing and do a successful presentation or negotiation for me is on the preparation. It's always preparation. Okay, talking about preparation for success, right? It's like a whole new topic for me. But however, this state management is one of it. It's one of a critical factor, important factor that I practice to make sure that that the work that we do, that the closing that we do is easy. That's why if I'm actively marketing, if I'm actively closing, right, my closing rate is very, very high because let's say 10 times do presentation, 8 times close, because I pay a lot of attention towards the preparation. And I always make sure that I have this time where spend minimum of 15 minutes or 20 minutes to get myself into the state that I would like to have before I enter any negotiation. Yeah. So always be early, give ample time. Because of this also, your time management is very, very important. That's why you cannot cram all your closing appointment very, very close together, one together, It's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, Volume is not important, but result is. Okay, let's say if you have 10 viewing in a day, right? It look like a lot, but you manage to close one. It is better you have 3 viewing and you close 2. The quality of the viewing is more important so that you don't feel tired, you don't feel burnt out so fast. So this is, for me, is a very, very, very important tips. Always spare around 20-30 minutes before your appointment to get yourself calm. This one also, I did not touch a topic of visualizing for success. That is also a whole another different topic just to learn how to visualize for success. That also important. That's why also you need 20 to 30 minutes earlier for you to prepare. Okay, now the third tips is especially because right now during the MCO, I think before the MCO, so we do a lot of negotiation using WhatsApp, right? Like you reply and everything. So that's the best thing. I don't understand why people sometimes have this need to reply WhatsApp on the spot. You see, why people WhatsApp, because it gives you time for you to reply. Unless it's an urgent matter, then you call, right? So always reply your WhatsApp when you are in your resourceful state. You don't reply. Let's say, for example, you are at the grocery store and then you are rushing buying things, and then suddenly your client WhatsApp you, say that something that makes you like feels like, you know, like angry, or makes you feels like, oh, this is not right, or this is not okay, and then you want to reply it straight away. Don't do that. What you do is you finish whatever that you are doing, and then you calm yourself down first, put yourself in a resourceful state, then you look at the WhatsApp again and try to understand what is your client is trying to say. Then you reply. Always reply when you are in a resourceful state. This is because and then don't attach a lot of emotional feelings towards the deal, especially your ego. Ego must be put aside. Just open the rubbish bin and just chuck down your ego there. Because in successful negotiation, it's not about winning, or it's not about who's the best. It's not about who's the strongest, but how to give the best solution for everybody. Win, win, win. So to be able to do that, right, you need to be calm at all time. Calm yourself down. So whoever can manage their emotional state the best will win somehow. So that's the pro tip that I can give. I actually intend to I thought that I thought, okay, this state management is very easy to teach, you know. It will take only 20 minutes. Then when I do the slide, then I understand. To make people really understand about this, it go on about, you know, nearly 1 hour. I thought that I can add something here also, like state management for productivity. That is also is very important, but apparently time is not in our hand today. So I hope that maybe the host can you know maybe organize another session for that topic, state management for productivity. And okay, now it's time for you to put all your learning into action. Okay, this skill, right, like any other skill, you need to practice it to be good at it. Like me before, when I discover this technique, right, then I learn some more and a little bit deeper, learn some more, a little bit deeper. It's not that I only become good at it after years of practice, after months of practice, you know, after keep practicing it. Now, for me to change my state management is very easy. You know, sometimes I don't need even to use the anchor, because it's already ingrained, or become part of me. So it's easy for me to change the emotional state whenever that I need to. So all I'm trying to say, this is like just like any other skill in life. It need to be practiced, but be kind to yourself. Like, for example, that if you try first time and then it doesn't work, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just mean that you just have to keep trying and practicing it, and ask whether, okay, what how should I do it to make it effective? How should I do it to make it effective? Although the technique is simple, if you see just now, right, only feels like to show the how to, right? Although the technique is simple, but the discipline and the discipline to practice and use it regularly is the key. The key is the discipline in putting all this learning into action. So if you're not sure you do it correctly, or you have any other question arises when you practice the technique, you can always reach out to me. Just PM me on Facebook. I'll get back to you, or you can just Google my name. You will definitely find my contact number. Just call me. I will not bite, I promise. I don't eat people so far. So you can just call me. I will teach you. I will help you, you know, so that the most importantly is, you know, all of us can benefit something from this and be better at our work. So that's it. Thank you. So I don't know whether there's a Q&A session. So Kai, back to you. Hello? Hello, Kai. Best emotional condition, best reply in the race. Okay, let me stop sharing the screen. Yeah, any question? Meanwhile, we're waiting for the host. Yes, Miss Chong, practice please. Okay, not sure how you see your spouse anchor. I think GS I think I do anchor him a little bit every time I see his face. I'm hungry because he cooks so good. Yeah, you can anchor. Sometimes when you see certain people, also it will help you to remind of something. Okay. How long to realize? How long to realize? Actually, not long. Not long. You can, if you once you practice it, right, you can immediately actually see the result. As long as the key to that is when you use this technique and then you manage, the objective is to change your state from the state of unresourceful, meaning that if you feel angry or you feel down, if you're in bad mood, and then when you use this technique and then you manage to change your emotional state to a better one, then is you know already this is working. But right now the question is how easy it is for you. So maybe at first it's not as easy because you need to practice, but as time goes by it will get easier. Like for example, that you really have no mood, especially during this pandemic, you see a lot of bad news on FB and the news, and then so sometimes it affect your emotional state. But then you have a viewing, you have a Zoom presentation that you have to be in 10 minutes time. Then if you are used to this change of emotional state, right, it will take you only a few minutes to just to be calm and then to change your emotional state, and then you go into the meeting or do the presentation. So it will get easier with practice. So how is it? So okay, so if no more question, because I know also it's like this. As if you never try, you will definitely don't have questions. So you try first. Then during your practice or whatsoever, then only you will have question. Then can reach out to me at that time. So that's it. Thank you.